Recording. All right, so we're recording and streaming. Again, we'll be doing some talking with the chat, so a little bit different than a traditional YouTube cast. Hopefully you guys in the chat can tell me, can you hear them? If not, do you want me to raise the volume, lower it, all that fun stuff, and we'll tweak it as we go. And yeah, let's get started here. So, KSL, this is the round of 16. The KSL is a program brought to us by Yellow Shark. And I think the guy's name is Lee Do-hee. It's an interesting name. And you may know Yellow. He was one of the original big-time StarCraft players back in the day of Boxer. And a couple of other big names like Reach and guys like that. Nalra and Good Friend. Shark is actually someone who was active much later. But he did some interesting things, actually. He was in Hyungjun becomes a pro gamer, or wants to become a pro gamer. And that's an awesome series, by the way. If you haven't watched that, go check it out. It's still on YouTube. I think you just search for, I'll try to put the link in the video if I can remember, but just search for Hyungjun becomes a pro gamer. And Shark is also known for, he discovered mutalist stacking. July Zerg popularized it and perfected it, but Shark actually discovered it, which is pretty awesome when you think of how that revolutionized Broodwar gaming today. So, cool stuff. So they decided to come up with this group, which is the Kongdu group. Did I say that right? Kongdu. I'm probably not saying it right, but that's okay. And it's basically kind of like an MSL with old school players who apparently there's still a large scene of people or retired pro gamers that haven't really retired. They just can't let go of Broodwar, much like us, right? That's why we're here today. And they still play. They still play, and they play in tournaments. And so the Kongdu group facilitates tournaments and actually also helps out pro gamers make the jump from pro gaming to whatever else is after the... And here we go. All right. So I'm going to actually stop with the intro here, and we're going to get into introducing the man of the hour, Bisu. You may have heard of Bisu before. He's one of the near dynastic players of yesteryear. He was towards the end. It basically when Bisu Jaedong flashed towards the end of the StarCraft Broodwar scene. And Bisu, man, he was just a monster Protoss player back in his day. And apparently, he is like God tier today in Broodwar. Nobody else even comes close. He has a 75% win record, 86 against Protoss, 82 against Terran, and 60% against Zerg. So he has dominated in the postseason, and he's been quoted as saying, and I get this information from the guys who put together that cool information, that he's naturally talented at the game. B-Suit, that's right, he's also known as B-Suit. Actually, he's got a couple of nicknames. The Revolutionist, the Bruce Lee toss. And here we have The Rock. And my God, I used to make fun of this guy so much. We used to call him the Neanderthal, which I later found out is actually a nickname of him officially. So, The Rock, the Neanderthal. By the way, they had a little popularity contest here, and The Rock scored the lowest with 1 vote from one lady fan out in the audience, and Bisu scored the highest. So we actually have, we're starting this with the polar opposites probably in seeds and in popularity, which is awesome. Hey, Shadows Temple, thanks for joining us. Glad to see you here, and it's only 2:30 a.m. Well, then we've got a few hours before you actually have to go to bed, don't we? Doggy, I'm glad you still watch them, and I'm glad you're back. So let's hope this one is enjoyable. So before we start, cheers to all you guys out in the audience, and hopefully you enjoy this as much as I do. Let me know if my camera's in the way of anything, by the way. We can fix that. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow the channel. We'll be doing more StarCraft, at least on Saturdays. I also play Hearthstone and some other games during the week. So, yeah, I'm back. I'm streaming again and having a good time so far. All right, I didn't want to talk over that guy's intro because you know it's not going to be nearly as good, but I'll try to time it when it comes up. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Actually, that is what his name came from, by the way. He really did. Hey, B-Maz, back again, man. Yeah, I took a day off yesterday from drinking, and I got 2 Guinness left, so we'll finish those off tonight. I'm not sure I'll do much more than that because the other night was a terrible decision. Terrible decision. So Africa is a streaming service, I believe, that a lot of people stream on. And you'll find that there are a lot of pros that apparently still stream today. I mean, if you actually go to Team Liquid now, you'll see that there are some guys streaming currently. Some big names for that matter, too. But we're going to get into the game, guys. Got the Protoss overlay, and I hope you're excited. Oh, this is cool. We've got a referee, a Hungry App Ob, who, by the way, is one of the sponsors of this, and Bisu, the Protoss, in what appears to be the bottom left or top left corner. We'll find out in a minute. He's got the Kong Du patch on there, too. I like the jackets they gave him. Man, Pro League always gets the best jackets. He's got some pretty stylish headphones as well. He's going up against the Rock, the other Protoss player. I should have mentioned that. Purple Toss with a nice holiday sweater on. He's probably going for the worst sweater of the night award. And it's a turtleneck. That's like a double negative, man. And he's looking serious. He's also changed his look from yesteryear. If you remember, I think he had more of like longer hair that kind of covered most of his face, and he's cleaned up a bit. I gotta say, I like the new look. I like the new look. Hey, Corv Gorillarin and Smash Chig. Glad to see you guys have joined us for the cast. Again, I'm really looking forward to getting into these games. It's like the nostalgia hits me so hard. Bisu is talking in computer language here, apparently. He's got a folder right next to his face. And man, look at the resolution on this game. So we're going to talk about some differences and bring you back a little bit for those of you who have maybe been watching StarCraft 2 a lot, so we can really get the full effect of the nostalgia. So we've got the older engine, so there's some different pathing. Remember, units move a little bit differently. This is actually the stream rate that I've got. It's not HD or anything. I think it's 480p. And they have up to tri-level maps, where you'll see up to 2 levels of ramps. I think it's 2 levels. Both players have scouted each other at this point. Looks like we got a 2-gate coming out of Bisu. And, all right, tech build coming out of the Rock. So it's interesting that Bisu's staying in the Stone Age, and the Rock is not. There may be some delays here, by the way. Yeah, that's actually, I'm buffered with plenty of buffer, but the VOD may lag from here to there because whoever was recording live off of the stream may have had some lag. So the Rock's got, what is that, 2 Zealots? It looks like he's got 2 Zealots out there, and I'm assuming that's Bisu Zealot. Well, while it lags, well, let's see what you guys are saying here. It is effing Broodwar, man. Everyone missed the Broodwar. You did watch a lot of StarCraft 2. That's good to hear. StarCraft 2 is a fun game. And we're into the action already. Bisu is in the Rock space, and he's going to have the Zealot advantage. We're doing a little bit of a time skip, so we missed a couple things. He's also able to block off his own ramp back at home, no problem there. And he's staying. It looks like he's got an expansion going down, but nothing more than that. And oh, a counterattack coming from the Rock. And Bisu is actually looking like he's in a bit of trouble, and he's going to see. It looks like he's going to scout out the expansion. We've got some probes helping out in the battle here, so Bisu should be able to clear this up without too much of a problem. But he did take a lot of gateway damage, and that can be a little scary because if he loses a gateway, it could be game over. He'll get outproduced. They take forever to build, and he's got a shield battery down. Wow. Wow, shield battery. That's something you can't find in StarCraft 2. The Goon's out, though. And with the Goon, you can be sure that Bisu will just micro every single Zealot that's out there. Robo Facility and Observers coming through. And it looks like both expansions are up and running. Shuttle drop coming in for Bisu into the Rock space. And it looks like it was a successful drop. We've got some fast forwarding going on here. I swear it's not the stream. You can see it, right? So... anyway, this map has some Xel'Naga towers, by the way. They're 5,000 hit points, and they block off a third expansion of sorts that is wide open to everything else. And wow! What is this skipping going on here? We've got Reavers in the base, and he's taking things out, and there's nothing else to even see. He's up to 5, 6, 7 gateways now, and he's cleared out the Rock's Xel'Naga base, which looks like it was... hard to protect. As we were just talking about, it's wide open to the front ramp, and so it's just very dangerous. Hopefully this stream stops skipping so much. I didn't realize it was going to skip that much. Shuttle's damaged, but you know the shuttle's funny because it can only take a couple of units. Although it's got the same capacity in StarCraft 2. And the observer's out, so Bisu's going to see if he's got anything else moving. Citadel of Adun. Remember, you need that if you want to research Zealot speed, so it's a bit different. It's the equivalent of the. Is it just called the Citadel in StarCraft 2? I can't actually remember. Looks like we've fixed our stream buffering issues, by the way. Okay, so the Rock's trying to be a little sneaky here and drop the goons outside the base, but I gotta imagine that Bisu's going to be able to take this out. I mean, the problem with goons is they don't do a ton of damage in the back line. They take a little while to take out probes, so Bisu's got plenty of time to catch up to this. Yeah, StarCraft 2 definitely is a lot of death balls. Oh, the Reavers with the duds. I love it. I miss those duds. The pickup just wastes a couple of 15 mineral scarabs, and that's it. I gotta say, I miss the Reaver in StarCraft 2. That was something that was a lot of fun in StarCraft 1. Maybe that'll be the expansion unit they add for what is it called? Heart of the Void, or Void of the Heart, or Heart Caller Void, something like that. Yeah. By the way, I gotta say, I didn't realize that Broodwar was coming back in the way that it is, and I can't help but feel that it's actually picking up steam here. It's amazing. This is something that, for whatever reason, has a lot more fun elements to watch than StarCraft 2 in some cases. The Reavers are down to protect, so the Rock is really having a tough time finding an opening in Bisu's defense. Bisu's still on 3 bases, but not under much pressure to get a 4th, as he's got the Rock contained to 2. The Rock. It's just Rock, I think. I don't think it's the Rock. Oh man, those slow shuttles. It was always so painful when you had slow shuttles in StarCraft. It was like you can't get away from anything. It's amazing when you think of there's a lot of units that exist in Broodwar that you forget about, like the Scout, the unit of embarrassment. The question is, will Bisu decide to try to crush the soul of the Rock and break out the Scouts? I don't see any starports, so it's unlikely, but he does have a Templar archive, so the archives are being made at this point. Maybe I should refer to him as Dwayne from now on instead of Rock. It'd be easier, right? So Dwayne's got actually a sizable force, but it's just Zealot Dragoon. And oh no, he's caught out of position. The Zealots are way behind. The Reavers are dropping in right on top of the Zealots. Pop them in no danger of getting taken out by the Dragoons. They're so far away. And oh man, Bisu's micro, impeccable, and this has got to be GG. I don't think the Rock can possibly recover from here, but I do remember the Rock would always play to the bitter end until he lost every unit. I mean, that's just his style. Maybe that's why they call him the Neanderthal. But that's GG, guys. And Bisu was the overwhelming favorite here with an 86% win rate against Protoss. It was very unlikely that the Rock could really stand up to that when he's at. I can tell you what his win percentage is at as well. It's not even listed, actually, so he's probably just really rusty. And he looks pretty dejected there, but at least he looks good. Because he's the Rock. It was terrible. I love it. They've got the professional stadium seating here going on. Those are beautiful seats. They used to use those garbage white outdoor chairs that you'd be at like a cheap outdoor wedding. But awesome. So what did you guys think? What did you think of that? Let me cut the first video here. We'll stop recording so I can upload them in episodes. So thanks for watching, guys. Come check out the next match.